and On Demand, the greatest television show in all of Boise State University. This episode is all about election season. We're diving into everything that is important about election year. And we're even hosting our very own presidential debate. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to a recurring segment here on Live and On Demand. Are you smarter than a UTP student? Today, we're talking election. We are here with three wonderful contestants. Are you guys ready to answer some questions?
Yes, we are.
Yeah? Okay, I'm very excited. So the first question that I'm going to ask you is this. There was an animal that RFK Jr. was watched get hit by a car. He then grabbed that dead animal, put it in the back of his van, and was planning on eating it, which he made very clear is legal in the state of New York. Realizing that he had... Do you already know it?
Yes.
Okay, what is the answer?
Black bear.
Wow, I can't believe you got it that
Wow.
quickly. Yeah.
Sure.
Extra
Okay.
points for being specific?
Yeah,
Yeah.
early,
I think so.
perhaps?
All right, and moving on to the next question. The RNC wrapped up in the middle of July, and the DNC is currently wrapping up this week. The RNC had plenty of big names coming out to support Donald Trump. Now we are having plenty of big names coming out to support Kamala Harris. Just recently, as of 5 days ago, a very famous basketball player came out to endorse
LeBron James.
No, it is not LeBron James. Anyone else? Oh, that's number one. That's you again.
No, you can go. It's okay.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh.
Kind. Golden State Warrior, Steph Curry.
Wow! All of the specifics. Very good. That is the correct answer. Good job answering the questions. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will get to you on the next one.
This ad is paid for by Hamburgers Venmo for making presidentializing.
My fellow bro-Americans,
It has never been this over. We have evil bros booze cruising, putting pedestrians on the ground without a voice.
I, Johnny Hamburger, real American boy, am running for Mr. President to put an end to pedestrians, to make driving less fun for drinkers, like my opponent.
A vote for Johnny is no gamble. I am Johnny Hamburger, real American boy, and I approve this message.
When it comes to presidential elections, you might have heard someone say the popular vote doesn't really matter, and they're probably talking about the Electoral College. Crazy, right? Imagine winning the most votes but still losing the presidency. That's actually happened 6 times in US history. The most recent examples, 2016 and 2000. So, what's the deal with the Electoral College? It's made up of people from each state who officially vote for the president and vice president. The idea was to give smaller states a bigger voice, so places like Texas and California don't completely run the show. But here's the kicker. Those electors don't always have to vote the way their state did. That means even if the popular vote leans one way, the Electoral College can completely flip the script. This setup was supposed to keep everything balanced, but it's also why some people wonder if their vote even counts. So yeah, the popular vote is important, but the Electoral College has the final say, which can make things feel a bit complicated.
You know what else is complicated?
Hmm.
The relationship between me and my ex. Anyways, you might be wondering, why does it feel like election season goes on forever? Well, that's because it kind of does. Campaigns can start years in advance, and with all the debates, ads, and political chatter, it's hard to escape it. But remember, all this hype is about more than just voting. It's about deciding who will make the big decision for the next 4 years. If I have to be honest, election years can be pretty exhausting, but it's also kind of exciting to be part of something so important. So buckle up because it's going to be a wild ride.
Hello, my name is Jake Sham. There are 2 reasons you should vote for me for this presidential election. The first one is a vote for me is not a vote for that nasty guy Slim. And 2, a vote for me is not a vote for that nasty guy Johnny. Vote for me, I'm the good one, some might say the best. This message was approved by Jake Sham.
Welcome back to Pop Culture and School Broncos. I'm Gina Genova.
And I'm Riley Sullivan. We hope your summer was as fun as ours.
As we get back into the more serious mode with our classes, we thought it'd be good to remind you it's election year.
Yes, how could we forget? Let's talk about what happened in the world of politics while we were gone.
On July 13th, there was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. This took place at his rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. The bullet aimed for the back of his head had near missed and clipped his ear. Trump is okay now, but both he and the President Biden condemned the violence.
Joe Biden dropped out of the presidential race on July 21st, backing Kamala Harris as the new Democratic Party candidate.
Yes, and on August 6th, Kamala chose Tim Walz, a former educator and coach, as her running mate. Walz is currently in his second term as Minnesota governor.
And that's what's been happening in the presidential race recently. Don't forget, Election Day is November 5th. See you next time on Pop Culture.
Millions of dollars every year go well spent on things like food, gas, and school supplies. Every year, nasty guys like Johnny Hamburger and Jake Zam squeeze every ounce of spare change from the pockets of good gambling addicts. When I am elected supreme power, I promise to make sure that every dollar you earn will be spent in my casinos. I am Slim, and I approve this message.
What's up, everyone? And today we're talking all things golf, but more specifically, how President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump handle themselves on the golf course. Neither of these guys is going to be winning any golf championships anytime soon, but we're going to dive a little bit deeper into their games.
Let's all feast our eyes over to the screen. Trump's swing, it's like watching a guy who's convinced he's about to break a world record every time he steps up to the tee. He swings like he's got something to prove, pulls back with his big, confident motion, and then unleashes it like he's trying to send the ball into orbit.
Yeah, exactly. It's aggressive, it's powerful, and you can tell he's all about making a statement.
It's chaotic, for sure.
Now, on to Biden's swing, it's a whole different story. He most definitely isn't going to be relying on any kind of raw power or reckless force.
Right. Biden approaches his golf game with no rush, no need for flair. He knows that success lies in patience and accuracy.
Yeah, he's not trying to put on a show. He just is focused on hitting his target with unwavering steadiness. It's definitely a more cautious approach.
Neither one of these guys are going to be on a highlight reel anytime soon. They both have room for improvement, that's for sure.
No doubt about that. But whether it's Trump's bold, chaotic power or Biden's methodical precision, both styles give us a glimpse into their personalities beyond politics.
Exactly, and that's what makes it so fascinating to watch. At the end of the day, it's not about who's the best golfer, but how their approach on the course reflects who they are off of it.
Well said. So there you have it. Two very different swings for two very different leaders. And while neither one's going to go beat Tiger Woods, they're both putting their own spin on the game.
And who knows, maybe one day we'll see them face off in a presidential golf showdown.
And on that note, we'll wrap it up here. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time for another deep dive into the world of sports.
Good evening from Boise State University. I'm Nathan Cutler, and welcome to the first ever University Television presidential debate. We have three candidates running for president tonight, and our first one is Johnny Hamburger.
Hello, voter bros. Make balloting of me if you care to have the most magnanimous president of my home country, the American United States.
Our next candidate is Slim.
Don't gamble with your life. Vote for Slim.
And finally, Jake.
Hello, good people. My name is Jake Sham. Some call me the great Jake Sham. I love that. I love them. I love you. All of you, you're great people. The best people are those who vote for me.
Great, let's get started. Johnny, the first question is for you. What is your stance on pedestrians in regards to drunk driving, and what will you do about it during your presidency?
Good question. It is great to be here. Having pedestrians makes drink driving too much like fun video game, the Grand Theft Auto. If there are no pedestrians, drunk driving is no fun, and no one will want to do it.
Interesting answer. Slim, what about you?
Free the people. Free their minds. If the pop goes wheeling, we go pop. Under my dictatorship, I will chain you to a radiator. I wrote a haiku for y'all tonight. God bless America.
Another interesting answer for sure. Jake, what about you?
Great question. No drunk driving for this guy, no. When I'm drunk, I spend that time with your mother. Probably shouldn't have said that. Lo cancel me. Hey, you shut up.
Very interesting answers, everyone. And I will remind the audience to be polite. Next question. Jake, what would the ideal Saturday look like under your leadership?
No Saturdays off for this guy, no. Maybe a tea time, just one tea time. Is that okay? I'll work tirelessly, I promise, tirelessly to beat our enemies in the war.
Johnny, what about you?
Bro, thank you for asking. I just want to make powerful political partying with the voters. Each person's deserved to make boogie dance with righteous tunes.
Slim, what about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree with that. Every Saturday will be like my birthday. Toys R Us will reopen just for me. I'll pick up some Pokemon cards, hit the liquor store, run the dice circuit with taxpayers' money, and then everybody will buy me presents.
All right, gentlemen, we have reached our final question for the evening. Slim, under your presidency, how prevalent will gambling be in America?
I care about the kids in our country. I really do. This is how we solve the problem in our public schools. We keep our kids gambling, drinking, at my casinos. This will be our new economic curriculum. If there's one thing I won't gamble with, it's my life. Vote for Slim.
Johnny, what about you?
Well, another query from the Question Kings. Voters will not gamble with the Johnny vote, nor will they ever. There will be no risk-taking in Mr. the President Hamburger's America.
Finally, Jake, what about you?
We love Vegas, don't we, folks? Not as much as this guy. What a nasty guy Slim is.
Not as nasty as her mother.
Both nasty guys on stage up here. I can't say that.
Unfortunately, I had to cut off all their mics. Polls open in November. Make sure you vote for the best candidate. We'll see you back in the studio.
That's all from us today, Bonzos. We'll see you next time on Live and On Demand.